We have some big news across WWE, AEW, and yes, even indie wrestling. So if you guys want more videos like this, click that subscribe button. I'm going to put the timestamps in the description down below. I want to kick things off actually with indie wrestling because Christopher Daniels has been announced as the first inductee in the GCW Indie Wrestling Hall of Fame. This is really cool. Last year, you guys know I spoke about the Indie Wrestling Hall of Fame. It was really nice to see GCW put it together. This year, Game Changer Wrestling has actually announced that Christopher Daniels will be inducted by Frankie Kazarian, which is really nice considering that they have history there. This will be taking place on Sunday, April 2nd, 2023 at the Millennium Biltmore Hotel at 12 p.m. PST, Pacific Standard Time. And here's the thing, guys. There's nothing more to this story. I just like to see that indie wrestling is also, celebrating wrestlers. WWE, Impact, they have Hall of Fames, and it's cool and stuff. Obviously, everybody's going to have their own opinions on that. But I'd like to see specifically indie wrestling getting that celebration. And Christopher Daniels is very, very well worthy of that award. I want to turn our attention to some WWE news. Matt Cardona fighting the Trademark stuff. Well, this is a very interesting story because WWE is actually reportedly fighting the Trademark attempt from Zack Ryder or Matt Cardona. The trademark that he was applying for was the Zack Ryder trademark, and now he appears to believe that WWE is fighting it, and therefore he's not going to fight back. During an appearance at the Pro Wrestling Boom podcast with ProWrestling.net's Jason Powell, Cardona explained why he is not going to fight for it. He said, WWE did let the Zack Ryder trademark lapse. I applied for it knowing there was a chance they could fight it, and they have, so that's it. I'm letting it go. He also said it would have been cool to do a cinematic Matt Cardona versus Zack Ryder match. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to fight because at the end of the day, it's their intellectual property. They would win if we ever went to court over it. I tried. They fought it. So that's it. I'm backing down. Not really much to say about this story in terms of opinions and stuff like that. Obviously, it makes sense as to why WWE wants to retain the trademark. But just a very interesting thought here. Why does WWE want the trademark? Does WWE want this trademark because they are bringing in Matt Cardona and they want to bring him in as Zack Ryder? What is the reason for it? I think it's very interesting. Just a few weeks ago, there was reports that Matt Cardona was signing with WWE. Then we haven't heard anything or seen anything. Plus, he's got other dates that he's committed to. It's a really interesting story to pay attention to throughout time. And also, I do want to make it very clear, I'm going to be paying very closely attention to what is happening with Matt Cardona because of those exact reports. Is WWE just trademarking this so he could be Zack Ryder in WWE? I think that would be stupid. I think he would actually be far more valuable as Matt Cardona, but you never know with WWE and how they do business. Guys, I want to talk to you about an AEW return. We're talking about Paul White, no BS, Big Show. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. This is one story that doesn't make me excited. Because, well, I like the Big Show. I like Paul White. But I don't think there's a reason why Paul White should be wrestling in AEW. And, well, apparently he just talked about it in an interview with the Metro. He says that there was some setbacks. He specifically kind of, gone into the injury setback in which he had to get his knee replaced. He talked in detail about how, for 12 years his knee was messed up and it could have pretty much gone out at any point in time. But nonetheless, he says he is good now, and he'll be back in the ring in March. Everything's on schedule, so we're looking good. Yeah, so here's the thing, guys. I like Paul White. I like Big Show. I've always liked him. I liked him in WWE. I like him in AEW. I like that he's very influential backstage. I like that he's helpful backstage. I don't like the idea of Big Show wrestling on AEW. And, I know that might piss some people off, but at the end of the day, Big Show is so incredibly talented and so incredibly beneficial to AEW in a backstage capacity. There is not a scenario in which I want to see the Big Show have a run on television. Even though Big Show understands that you have to put over younger talent, I definitely understand that and I respect the shit out of that. The Big Show is in a situation right now where there are other people not being used on television who, in my opinion, are far more valuable for AEW, for the growth of AEW. Having those people not be on TV and then Big Show be on TV, there is a little bit of a concern there. It's already such a bloated roster, I don't think it is necessary. If you do one or two matches, or one feud, okay, I'm not pissed off about that. But if you're going to have this guy regularly compete or regularly be part of the active roster, I think that's where some of my concern comes in. But also, too, I do like the idea of Big Show doing what he's doing right now, and I don't think you necessarily have to change it. Actually, I did talk about it on my live stream. I said AEW has been really good lately. It would be kind of cool, and it's like a personal preference thing. It would be really cool to have like a commissioner, kind of like Adam Pearce, not somebody who's shoved down your throat, not somebody who's involved in big storylines, but it would be cool to see Big Show maybe as like an AEW commissioner. You know, you don't really see him on screen too many times, but you know, if there's a post-match feud or, you know, brawl or whatever, he could come out, separate them, tell them that they have to wrestle. Just some small little things to, you know, make things logically. But again, there's no right or wrong way. If AEW does it or doesn't do it, I don't really care. It was just a suggestion because I like Paul White, and I think he could actually be really good in that role too. But nonetheless, Big Show is returning. Well, Paul White. Guys, we got to talk about this man right here. You remember the original Sin Cara? Well, he and his family were backstage at AEW Dynamite this past week, and well, nobody, you know, here's the thing, right? Nobody's really talking about this, and obviously, original Sin Cara didn't have the best reputation in WWE. There was a lot of reports, a lot of drama associated with original Sin Cara, so much so that WWE literally put Hunico in a Sin Cara costume and then made him become the new Sin Cara. There was also a little bit of drama for Sin Cara after the fact when he went back to Mexico and left WWE because of like the trademark and the Sin Cara name and everything like that. Well, nonetheless, there's some pictures being floated around on social media. He was backstage at AEW Dynamite with the family. Penta, Claudio, Vicky Guerrero, all taking photos. And here's the thing. When something like this gets brought up, the first immediate reaction is this person going to sign to AEW? And I forgot who said it recently, but there was a wrestler who spoke about, you know, locker rooms crossing over. Maybe it was Cody Rhodes. I think he was talking about, you know, Ricky Starks being at WWE and then other WWE superstars being backstage in AEW. We know about Dolph Ziggler and Ryan Nemeth, their brothers. So, you know, obviously Ziggler's been backstage before. I look at this scenario strictly as they are visiting friends. They are visiting people backstage. I do not expect the original Sin Cara to sign with AEW. With that being said, Tony Khan could definitely pull out a surprise here. And more than likely, you know, a one-off situation. It wouldn't shock me if Tony Khan actually did do that. But the idea that this guy is going to come in and take everybody's jobs, I just don't believe that. And I think that's the tricky part about social media. There are people literally tweeting about that. And I just find that to be absolutely ridiculous. But nonetheless, the original Sin Cara at Backstage AEW Dynamite, definitely starting conversations. What do you guys think? Would you want to see him sign with AEW? Probably not a priority on my list. But shout out to AEW for really doing a good job lately. Really been enjoying their TV product as of late. And honestly, I just don't want to see them get off track. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.